As the starters get ready to come out. And again, in the first round, Denver beat New Orleans in 5 games. So impressive. And equally as impressive in the second round, where they beat the Dallas Mavericks also in 5. As for the Lakers, they open up their postseason by defeating the Utah Jazz in 5 games. And then a very difficult 7-game series that only ended on Sunday in that Game 7 dominant victory against the Houston Rockets. Lakers, a different team here at home than they've been on the road in the playoffs. They're 6-1. Their only loss at home in the playoffs was Game 1 to the Houston Rockets. Offensively, they have been terrific. As the Nuggets in kind of uncharted territory for many of them, certainly for the team. As we mentioned, it's been 24 years since they made it into a conference final. And the officiating crew for tonight's game, the crew chief, Scott Foster, with Tony Brothers and Joe DeRosa, as we get set for Game 1, best of 7. And in the conference finals, it's a 2-2-1-1-1 format. Of course, the NBA Finals is 2-3-2. All right, you've got a Nuggets team. It's been almost a week since they played. Last Wednesday, they clinched the series against Dallas. You've got a Laker team with a quick turnaround. Jeff, does that factor in at all? Is that an advantage for either team?
Well, I don't think so. I think, to me, NBA players want to keep playing. Denver obviously had more time to prepare. The Lakers are in better rhythm because they were pushed in a 7-game series.
Denver perhaps wanted to keep playing because they've been playing so well, 8-2 so far, and the 2 losses by a total of 4 points. They have just been so consistent. Billups, the first shot of the night, and Chauncey Billups, the hometown hero who returned earlier this season, has been magnificent, Mark, in the playoffs.
We talk about George Karl finding a great assistant coach. A guy in uniform, Chauncey Billups, doing an outstanding job of leading this Denver team.
Trevor Ariza, in and out, that one goal. Billups tries to save it. Dante Jones able to get it. And here's Jones, who's got the task at the other end, at least to start the game, of defending Kobe Bryant. Bryant is on Chauncey Billups to start. An interesting matchup, as Phil Jackson has said he's most worried about Billups. Jones to the basket. Gets his own rebound, blocked by Gasol, but a foul.
And it's surprising to me, and Coach, I'm sure you would agree, we're used to seeing Kobe guard the weakest offensive guy, where he's used pretty much as a roamer defensively.
No question. To conserve his energy on offense and to take advantage of his great weak side defense and his ability to disrupt offenses. But you saw it both ends. Gang rebounding by Denver on the defensive end and the ability to get a second shot at the offensive end. That's totally different from how the season series has played out when LA has dominated the rebounding battle.
There's Jones in his 6th year in the league. A very good defensive player. Jones, his first year in Denver, knocks down 1 of 2. And the Nuggets with the first few points of the night. Carmelo Anthony is on Ariza, but he'll guard Kobe Bryant at some point. Bad pass from Ariza, stolen by Jones. They force turnovers and get steals as Anthony lays it in. And a quick 5-0 start.
It starts on the defensive end. You allow this Denver team to get it going in transition. You have your hands full. Good job of getting stops and pushing the ball.
Denver, a very well-balanced team, both offensively. And at the other end of the floor, they've become a good defensive team. Nice up and under. Kenyon Martin throws it back. Shot clock did not reset, so it's down to 3. Ariza, tough shot, puts it in. The Nuggets are a different team. They get after you defensively. They can block shots. They can force turnovers. And that's been evident already. Kenyon Martin giving a wide open shot. And it's going to go down the other way.
Dante Jones did an outstanding job against Chris Paul. Now he's being asked to defend Kobe Bryant. Good job of getting in the passing lane and waiting the proper time to deliver the ball on the break.
Lakers, even though they won that previous series against Houston, it was not the happiest locker room afterwards as Derek Fisher launches that shot way off. He's been struggling with a shot. Bynum the offensive rebound. Again, the shot clock did not reset, so Ariza can't get it to go. Martin the rebound. Nuggets will look to run. They're the highest scoring team in the playoffs this year. Jones, offensive foul. Fisher, who's been amongst the league leaders the last couple of years in drawing charges, does so there.
this situation, if you're Dante Jones, understand who that is. Derek Fisher, outstanding job of stepping in and taking charge. You got to stop and pop and lay that one off the glass.
Bryant looking to post up, but a foul on Jones. Jeff, to the point I was making, after the game Sunday against Houston, Kobe Bryant got on his teammates and didn't let them feel good about winning a Game 7. They all felt throughout that they didn't play hard every single game of that series, although you give so much credit to Houston. So he got on them pretty good in the locker room.
Well, sometimes players are more receptive after wins than they are after losses. So if you're going to make that point, good timing by Kobe Bryant.
Bryant misses. By the way, Dante Jones picks up his second foul, and he stays in the game. George Karl letting him stay out there.
Well, Dante Jones basically plays the first 7 minutes of both halves. And so they want to keep his minutes matched up with Bryant. Particularly foul trouble has no bearing as Martin gets a steal.
2 quick steals already for Denver. Nuggets during the playoffs averaging over 111 points per game, shooting 50%, both best amongst all the 16 NBA playoff teams that began. Fisher and Billups would be an interesting matchup. Fisher has struggled big time shooting the ball in this postseason. Bynum turns and Martin the rebound. Nuggets really looking to push. Anthony on the drive. Carmelo Anthony, who averaged 30 a game in the second-round series against Dallas, off to a good start.
You know, people talked about during the regular season, Carmelo Anthony just averaging 14 points against this Laker team. Oh, you know going in, that's not going to happen in the postseason. He's a big-time scorer.
Big-time scorer there, gets it in on the second effort. And the Lakers within 6.
Something I recognize right away, Coach. The Lakers defense, they are going to force Denver's bigs and Kenyon Martin and Nene to beat them. They are not defending those guys.
Martin against Bynum, flips it up and in. Kenyon Martin, not a big scorer, but give him an opportunity, he'll be aggressive.
Well, like Mark said, they're playing back off in a sagging position. That time, Martin took up that open space and got to 8 feet and knocked it in.
Bynum gets deep and knocks it down. Bynum played well, especially defensively in the Game 7 victory against the Rockets.
That's a second straight duck in that Bynum got.
And nobody there to stop Nene, who has having a career year and has done a solid job in the postseason as well. All 5 starters have scored for Denver.
Coach talked about it, though, last 2 plays, Nene and then Kenyon Martin, a good job of putting the ball on the floor and attacking.
Fisher off the dribble, ball kicked by Nene. So they'll reset the shot clock.
Well, LA's forcing the pick and roll to the baseline. Nene with just an easy cut, no rotation, no help by the other 3 Lakers. That's inexcusable.
Nuggets have been the best shooting team in the postseason so far, over 50% from the field. Carmelo Anthony, 3 for 3 to start. His team 6 for 8. Anthony and the Nuggets have been superb, and they start off beautifully here in Game 1.
Performance now is all about logic. That some cars cost as much as $1,500 to maintain is one thing. That others cost even more is quite another. That a BMW costs you nothing to maintain defies all logic whatsoever, and in turn makes it the most logical choice of all. Performance now is the 3 Series. Visit your local BMW center today for a test drive.
Critics and audiences everywhere can't stop talking about the movie event that's sweeping the country. Star Trek is a fully loaded, epic adventure. How poetic. It's the first great summer movie. Star Trek, rated PG-13.
Welcome to my world, the world of Red Bull.
Relive all the fun of I Love Lucy with the new I Love Lucy scratch games from the Colorado Lottery.
Your favorite team, your favorite game, nothing but scratch. Take your shot at winning $20,000 with the new Denver Nuggets scratch game from the Colorado Lottery. Don't forget to play.
Today's aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. New Fuel Max tires get you there using less gas. Fuel Max, only from Goodyear. Almost 5 minutes gone by. First quarter of game one from the Staples Center. Nuggets already with an 8-point lead. Here was George Karl before his team came out on the floor.
Out tonight, be ready to go from the very first possession of the game. Understanding it's 48 minutes of every possession basketball. You prove it by playing harder than them. You prove it by playing more together than them. And you prove it by playing smarter in every game, get better as we go down this series.
First 5 minutes pretty good for Denver as we check in for the first time with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Hey, Mike. Well, if there's been one theme throughout the course of this year for the Denver Nuggets across the board, it's been one of redemption, and that means George Karl absorbing criticism for not getting the Denver Nuggets out of that first round. Nene, his battle from testicular cancer. For Carmelo Anthony, a similar theme, a lack of leadership and his inability to get his team out of the first round. And across the franchise, the rejection of the notion that there's no D in Denver. George Karl says, listen, this series is like a final exam for us. Yes, we're a changed team. What have we learned? We'll find out over the next 2 weeks, guys.
Yep, Doris, they've always been a talented team. Made the playoffs the last 5 years, previous 5. But they lost in the first round all 5. In fact, only won 4 games in that stretch as Martin dumps it in. And it's been a team that has gotten into the playoffs and made that quick exit. But Chauncey Billups has made a huge difference in a number of the other things that Doris mentioned. And they've got a 10-point lead already. Nene with the bump.
There's really no question about this Denver Nugget team. This is the most improved team. You talk about making a jump, taking a commitment defensively, and George Karl has done an outstanding job.
Best scoring team, best shooting team, including from 3. Of course, that scoring margin was padded a bit by the fact they won by 58 in the New Orleans series. One of the biggest blowouts in NBA history. Little flop there from Dante Jones, and Kobe Bryant able to put it in. Bryant did not score a lot in Game 7. He only had 14 points. But it was an excellent team effort in eliminating the Rockets. Carmelo Anthony, one of the best scorers in all of basketball. He hasn't scored as much, in fact, lowest scoring output in the last 5 years, but he's been a better teammate.
Well, what you want from guys to buy in, understand what it's going to take in order for the team to accomplish their goal, and certainly Carmelo has.
Fisher misses. Anthony only averaged 14 a game against the Lakers in the regular season. He's got 9 points already. They try inside to Martin. Martin can't get it to go. And Kobe Bryant comes down with it. Bryant on the pull-up, puts it in.
That was a very poor choice by Dante Jones, going for the steal against Bryant in transition. It turned into a wide-open 15-footer.
And those are the type of plays that George Karl pointed out. How Houston was so effective. They didn't allow Bryant to score in transition.
Anthony misses. George Karl says a big key this year has just been moving the ball. A very unselfish team. Billups made all the difference when he was obtained 3 games into the regular season. And we have a whistle and a 3-second violation. Offensive 3 seconds called against LA. That's their 3rd turnover.
Well, and this is the decision we're talking about. Good hustle by Billups back in transition. Dante Jones, unwarranted decision to try to steal the ball, led directly to the pull-up jumper.
All right, Jeff, the Lakers now back on defense. We saw them in Game 7. They played a terrific defensive game. Kobe Bryant said it showed how good they could be defensively as Billups gets inside. Missed an easy one. And we asked him, do you think now that they're going to play that type of defense every night? And he said it remains to be seen. It has not been a constant for this team as Fisher misfires.
Well, let's look at it, though. Houston was down their top 2 offensive players in McGrady and Yao Ming. So they were easily more defended, as we see Nene with another layup off a cut. So this Denver team has many more weapons and a more balanced offensive team.
Here's Bynum, up and under, and gets the finish. Bynum trying to get back in the groove after that knee surgery.
And the thing, looking at Bynum, he looks much more confident with the basketball in his hands. He was struggling about a week and a half ago. Right now, he's catching it and making big-time moves.
Kenyon Martin misses. Nene with the long rebound. Phillips for 3. He got hit. Ball stolen by Anthony, but deflected again. Chauncey Billups almost able to get a hold, knocks it out. And he comes crashing into our table. And it's going to be Laker ball.
You know what I like, Mike? You did not flinch. Chauncey Billups was coming right at you, and you were going to step in there and take a hit for the team. That's big time.
I'm not the brightest guy.
Chauncey Billups not the biggest guy either. I would like to see that was Nene.
Well, see, you have to qualify it now.
As Mark Jackson says all the time, I'm just a truth teller.
Shot clock down to 7. Here's Ariza on the drive. Flips it up, won't go. Chris Anderson just checked in, lost the rebound to Bynum. And they say last touch by Bynum. More substitutions this time for the Lakers. Lamar Odom and Luke Walton come in. And George Karl will call a timeout. A terrific start for Denver, shooting 56% from the field. They're up by 8.
ESPN's presentation of the NBA Western Conference Finals. Brought to you by Low Calorie G2. Less calories for more athletes. McDonald's McCafe. I'm loving it. And the new film Dance Flick. In theaters Friday, May 22nd. Rated PG-13.
Let's go, Bill. 2 beers. Are you insured? Do you know when your beer is perfectly cold? Or do you risk drinking a warm one? If you have the new Coors Light cold activated can, you're covered. Because now every can turns blue and your beer is as cold as the Rockies. It's cold insurance. Only from Coors Light. Cold beer. That's our policy. You might want to put something cold on that.
Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
We have to kill Hitler. Operation Valkyrie is in effect.
Valkyrie, now available.
Everything's better when Papa's in the house.
Introducing John's favorite pizza. Pepperoni, sausage, and 6 cheeses. Order it with your own favorite 2-topping pizza. $9.99 each when you buy both. That's 2 large pizzas, just $9.99 each when you buy both.
What's good? I'm Stuart Scott with the Sports Center right now. Michael Vick is scheduled to be released from prison tomorrow, but will mostly be confined to his home after his release. His agent says he will place football on the back burner. And another surprise at the NBA Draft Lottery. The LA Clippers overcame the odds and will pick first in next month's draft. It's the 3rd time the Clippers will pick first in the draft. Now let's go back to LA. Mike, Mark, Jeff, and Doris.
Stewart, thank you. Denver leading by 8. And we've got two of the most explosive scores in this series. The 2-1 goal together in the Beijing Olympics. And Kobe Bryant is a big fan of his former USA teammate.
I love him. You know, he's the closest one. The one that I'm closest to from the team. You know, I look at him as a brother. And, you know, I thought the world of him prior to my experience with him, then playing with him even more so. You know, he just works extremely hard, competes. And, you know, I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him to be in this position. You know, last summer, he was the butt of a lot of jokes on the team. And, but it's good to see him here.
Bryant said a lot of the jokes they teased him about his lack of playoff experience. He'd been in the playoffs every year, his first 5 years. He's been out in the first round every year until this season.
Well, I didn't know there was a problem with bullying in the Olympic team. What is wrong with Chauncey Billups keeping running into our desk?
He's really having a tough time avoiding the broadcast table. And our man Pat Rondeau, our cameraman, who's taken some, certainly a lot more hits than I have. Did you do anything when you played against him years ago?
More importantly, did you do anything when you coached against him?
We doubled him.
And again, Bryant is guarding him. Billups and Anthony have been the two top scorers as Anthony put that in. It's back up to 10. Carmelo Anthony, 5 for 6 to start. He's got 11 points already, and there's still just under 3 remaining. Gasol had it, lost it.
Carmelo Anthony is an outstanding scorer. He's a guy, when he's knocking down that jump shot, just like a point guard, can make plays. All of a sudden, puts the ball on the floor, not just settling with being a jump shooter. I like what the Nuggets are doing, putting the ball in his hands, trusting that he's going to make the right decision.
Billups to Martin, inside. And a Laker defense struggling in the early going.
That could be the biggest understatement in Western Conference Finals history. They have given up 3 uncontested dunks on rolls to the rim.
Bryant doubled. J.R. Smith is in the game. He's guarding Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant, 8 of the 14 points for the Lakers. But once again, it's this end of the floor that has caused the problem.
And very interesting, Jordan Farmar not the first guard into the game. Vujacic is off the bench first for defensive purposes.
Carmelo Anthony hits a 3. Anthony, 14 points here in the first quarter. And it's 27 of 14.
But you just look at the ball movement by the Denver Nuggets. There was a time when it was, okay, you take a shot, I take a shot. Right now, trusting each other.
Bryant off the mark. Gasol lays it in, and a foul. A much-needed bucket for L.A.
And again, just poor pick-and-roll coverage. Gasol commits up. Lamar Odom late on the rotation. Another dunk.
Gasol a chance for a three-point play. Both coaches talked about Gasol as being the key in this series. Phil Jackson said his aggressiveness and his energy will be the key to us winning a championship. And George Karl, as you talked about, Mark, before, said the same thing. But Gasol is the guy they really worry about going off, is Kobe Bryant's call for the foul. He made all the difference in Game 7. He was brilliant on Sunday.
George Karl pointed out, he's a guy that can hurt you in so many different ways. Offensive rebound, post, can knock down the jump shot. So they are going to have to pay attention to detail when it comes to stopping or containing Pau Gasol.
And to me, this is a very interesting decision by Phil Jackson. Jordan Farmar started to play better in the last series, but because of the matchup that Billups brings with his strength in the pick and roll, he's gone to Brown off the bench, Vujacic off the bench, and Farmar may not be in the same rotation, same minutes in this series.
Carmelo Anthony again lighting it up. 7 of 8 from the field here in the first quarter.
Now here's where if you're a young player like Jordan Farmar, you say, you mean to tell me I can't match up with Chauncey Billups? He's not our problem right now. Somebody needs to try to contain Carmelo Anthony or play pick and roll defense. I think if you're a young fella, you can get lost and frustrated being yanked out of a rotation.
Odom, nice pass to Gasol, shot blocked. Lakers wanted a foul. Billups for 3. Vujacic, nice job tipping it to Lamar Odom. Luke Walton Vujicic for three. It's good. He has been off the mark most of this postseason. He's really struggled from the field. 28% shooting. But it's a big shot there in the first quarter. And Martin comes right back. Nuggets have tacked on 31 here in the first quarter.
I like what Kenyon Martin is doing. Those are not his shots, but if they're going to force you to make them, you have to be aggressive and believe that you're going to knock them down.
And it's all started by getting into the paint off the dribble.
He's got 8 points already. That's a three. Back-to-back threes for the Lakers. Shannon Brown, acquired from Charlotte back in February, has become an important part of Phil Jackson's rotation. Final seconds of the first. Phillips tripped up as he falls to the floor, and he'll shoot free throws. Chauncey Billups, the guy with all the playoff experience. As we mentioned, Denver has not been to the conference final in 24 years, but this is Billups' 7th straight.
And he just wins. That's all Chauncey Billups does. Finds a way to get his team where he wants them to be when it matters most.
A rare miss from the free throw line. He's been shooting 96%, getting to the line a lot. He was 66 for 69 prior to that miss.
I'll bet both you guys he makes this one.
We're really going out there. All right, you're on. Look at his shooting numbers. And he started it right with game on. Pay up. I'll take the 100. Walton off the mark. And that ends the first quarter. Carmelo Anthony and the Nuggets really come flying out of the gate. Regular season, he had some rough times as they lost 3 of 4. But what a first quarter. As Anthony playing in his first conference final. Has hit 7 of 8 from the field. Also have a couple of assists earlier this week, making All-NBA third team. His Nuggets are up by 8.
Touch and connect to everything you love in life with BlackBerry Storm.
On May 29th, some choices
Will you help me? Another extension on the loan is out of the question.
will haunt you forever.
I curse you.
Drag Me to Hell, rated PG-13. Bring home the 3D experience that's a whole new dimension in terror. Including an exclusive alternate ending. Critics call it the best 3D horror film ever made. My Bloody Valentine 3D. Own it now on Blu-ray and Special Edition DVD.
Indianapolis race is on. Here they come. Just look at those boys drive. Unbelievable! The checkered flag is out. Who's going to win?
The Indianapolis 500 returns Sunday at noon Eastern on ABC.
Bello, thanks a lot for the head, man. I appreciate it.
Oh, it's soaked.
Yeah, it was a tough show. I was a disaster. Hey, we're going to play some ball out back. Can I borrow some socks?
No, I don't have any socks.
Summer has always belonged to children. But now that the Summer of Audi event is here, summer can finally be yours. Experience the Summer of Audi with no payments at signing when you lease or finance select Audi models and get over 130 channels of Sirius satellite radio.
Food for thought from farmers. At Farmers Insurance, we think roots matter.
Over 80 years ago, farmers started off insuring those who grow things. And today, we insure people like you who grow things, such as children and lives and careers. You'll find one of over 15,000 farmers agents where you are, because that's what roots are all about. To find an agent near you, visit farmers.com today for auto, home, small business, and life insurance. And be ready for tomorrow.
Welcome back to Los Angeles with George Karl. Coach, you had a long layover. You're in uncharted territory here in the Western Conference for a lot of your guys. What did you like most about the way they reacted?
I think the first thing I'd say, Melo's really into the game, and offensively it's making it easy for us. You know, we're trying to play a good, smart, fast tempo, but not too fast.
The first guy you mentioned to us this morning was Pau Gasol. He's got 3 points, just 1 board. What are you doing effectively?
Well, the only offensive rebound he got was the only thing I was upset with. I thought we did a great job of fronting him some, yo-yoing him some, and also playing him straight up.
Coach, thank you.
Thank you.
Mike.
All right, Doris, Karl's got to be thrilled with his team start, as Gasol will sit on the bench when we begin the second. Jordan Farmar making his first appearance with Vujicic, Lamar Odom, Luke Walton, and Andrew Bynum.
And a lot of the playoffs is a matchup game. So Brown knocks in a 3. He's in there to play Billups. Billups comes out for his rest. Anthony Carter's in the game as Bynum gets fouled off the second shot, and now Jordan Farmar is in to match up against Anthony Carter.
Bynum got hit in the head, got hit in the arm, and he'll go to the free throw line. Bynum already 4 points, 4 rebounds as J.R. Smith picks up his first. All the difference in the world when he plays well. In Game 7 on Sunday, Bynum had 14 points, 6 rebounds, still only playing 20 minutes, sometimes a little less, sometimes a little more. But he can make such a difference defensively with his size.
When he's active and when he's alert pick and roll defensive-wise, then he can make a difference. But you saw early in the game, people are rolling to the rim. He's late in his rotation. Then his size has no impact on the game.
That time it did, but a whistle and a foul. He blocked the shot and also got a piece of the arm. Phillips getting a breather. J.R. Smith will go to the line. And there you see Bynum. He had 3 scoreless games in the Houston series, but had a couple of good ones, games 5 and game 7. Still trying to work his way back as Smith misses the free throw. And J.R. Smith having his best year. Smith coming off the bench. Now his 5th year straight from high school in New Jersey to the NBA. He's had his problems over the years with George Karl. They haven't always seen eye to eye. But he's been an explosive scorer as the Nuggets continue to miss free throws. They're 1 for 6 from the line. Walton looking. Denver just very active defensively. Walton left wide open, can't get it to go. And Kenyon Martin, another rebound, his 4th. Smith. And an offensive foul and a moving screen. Anderson picks up his first, the one they call the Birdman. And you see a packed house here at the Staples Center. They were a little anxious on Sunday, although the game within the first couple of minutes, you knew that the Lakers were in command. And now the quick turnaround against the Denver Nuggets. And despite Denver playing so well early, they only lead by 6. Walton flips it up and in.
That's a good job by Luke Walton. Going away from the screen and roll. They jump on the opposite side. Be aggressive. Trust your game.
It's Anthony Carter, the backup point guard, part of that bench, Jeff, that you like so much with Denver. Smith on the pull-up. I think Vujicic's got a piece of it. Here comes Odom. Odom with the ability to lead the break. Drives down inside to Bynum. Bynum block. Anderson got a piece of it. He was 2nd in the NBA in block shots behind Dwight Howard. In only 20 minutes a game in the regular season. Carter stripped, knocked out of bounds. The Birdman has got great anticipation.
Oh, this is one thing that he's able to do, change shots. He's not going to give up on plays. Does a good job of actively pursuing the basketball. Blocks the layup attempt of Bynum.
They lob it into Nene. That shot blocked. Anderson throws it up, and he'll go to the free throw line.
To me, Denver has a well-balanced bench because you have two energy effort players in Anthony Carter and Chris Anderson, who basically, their persistence has gotten them back into the league. And then you have a bona fide scorer in J.R. Smith that can run hot and cold. But to me, he's the type of wild card you need to play well to be able to advance in the playoffs.
Anderson, a couple of years ago, was banned, got a 2-year suspension for violating the league's substance abuse program. Soon it was his time to file for reinstatement. He did that. And this year, he said he knew he would play well. As I just know it because I play every possession like it's my last. George Karl will say he knew the guy had some energy, but had no idea he could be this dominant defensively. There's Farmar. Vujacic wide open. Good ball movement that time. Farmar can't get it to go. Odom had it, lost it. Last touch by Smith. Laker ball with a new 24.
And that's good offense by the Lakers. Good job, Andrew Bynum, throwing it out of the post and the extra pass from Vujacic. You play like that, you're going to score on the offensive end.
Vujacic, quick catch and shoot. Odom to Walton. Luke Walton can't get it to go. Bynum. And whistle. And it's going to be a loose ball foul called on Bynum. That's 2 on Andrew Bynum.
But this was the problem for Denver in the season series against the Lakers. Right now, they are playing volleyball on the board against this smaller Denver team. They've got to get bodies on bodies and prevent the second shot.
Smith. Nearly stolen by Farmar. A pass to Jack Nicholson.
I like what the Lakers did in that situation. Jordan Farmar is playing center field, not playing Anthony Carter, forcing the ball out of the hands of J.R. Smith. Good job of helping, sticking with him until he gives up the ball, forces him into an error.
Lakers picking up what Phil Jackson calls their defensive activity. Farmar pulls up for a 2-pointer. He's a confident, bordering on cocky player who plays hard. You know he wants to prove he belongs to be out there, Jeff, as Nene puts it in.
Well, exactly, and it's difficult to get rhythm and minutes for 3 point guards in the same rotation.
Carter, good hands, 3-on-1 break. Nene, little fake inside, and Smith can't get it to go. Odom, a rebound in traffic. Odom, one of the most underrated rebounders in the NBA. Walton for 3. Timeout Denver. Lakers down by as many as 13, have cut it to 3.
You want guys coming in off the bench, changing the ball game. Extra pass, Luke Walton all by himself. Got it. And then you talk about Jordan Farmar. His presence off the bench for the Lakers. Lakers bench, 13 points. Step in rhythm. Don't fall in love with the 3. Make the proper plays. Lakers bench on a roll.
This Friday, a monumental comedy.
Mr. Thinker, it's a matter of life and death.
I'll tell you what's the matter with life and death. That beautiful lady over there. Check out the gun show going on over here. Boom, boom, firepower.
Night at the Museum, Battle of the Smithsonian, rated PG.
Don't want to spend dollars, just cents every time. We want grilled chicken for only $89, cause it's tasty, so cheap, and it's packed to last. I know I'm talking fast. Did you get all that? That's how it's done, my dad.
Yeah. Hold on, son. Let's repeat it back. I can hear you rap, but you rap like a hack, so here we go. Watch me flow. 89-cent grilled chicken burrito. It's chickalicious, every bite. Smacking burgers in a fight. Price so light when your wallet kind of tight. Hey, you want to keep it going? It's a battle all night.
The Taco Bell grill just owned you.
Samsung LED brings you sharper images and brighter colors. The ultra-slim, eco-friendly Samsung LED TV, a whole new species of television.
This Friday, a monumental comedy.
People always say, Ivan the Terrible. Ooh, he's so terrible. When the correct translation is Ivan the Awesome. It's not really as catchy, is it?
Night at the Museum, Battle of the Smithsonian, rated PG.
This is Buster Olney,
Hey, Buster.
baseball's best behind-the-scenes reporter.
0800. Buster checks box scores.
Buster has an unquenchable desire for knowledge
And that, my friends, equals BJ out.
and a blog that always keeps fans in the know.
Interesting.
ESPN's Buster Olney is everywhere at
Can you
once,
hold on a second? Ichiro, Boku no Sukini Gayashu.
and he's part of the best team in baseball.
Back in Los Angeles for game 1 of the Western Conference Final. Denver's 13-point lead has been cut to 2 here early in the second. The Eastern Conference Finals will start tomorrow night. Our friends of TNT, Marv Albert and Doug Collins, will have the call from Cleveland as the Magic and the Cavaliers go at it. And Thursday on ESPN, it's the Nuggets and the Lakers game 2 from Staples. And then Saturday, game 3, they'll go to Denver. That'll be some atmosphere in Denver when the Nuggets return home after the first 2 games here at Staples Center, where the celebrities are out. Justin Timberlake trying to be in a little disguise, sitting courtside. Fordham grad Denzel Washington and former Laker Norm Nixon chatting away in the usual spot for Jack.
And if I'm Jack Nicholson, I don't want a box under my face. People should either know me or they shouldn't watch.
Or at least just put Jack. Nene in there for the slam, and another one for the Denver Nuggets.
But understanding your strength, not standing out there to catch it in rhythm for a jump shot. He is in attack mode, slashing to the cup.
He started slowly against New Orleans, had a couple of great games in the Dallas series. He's got 8 points already. Lamar Odom tries a 3. Odom for downtown. He's shooting over 50% from three-point range in the playoffs. He's now 10 for 19. Chance of defense. Lakers certainly have picked it up after the bad start. Anderson, an open jumper. They'll give him that all day. Kobe Bryant back in the game. Anthony Carter on him. Carter's a good defender, but Bryant has the height advantage. Fight for the rebound. Picked up by Phillips. Linus Glazer has come in for Denver for the first time. Both coaches going to their benches early. Phillips to Carter. Carter a three-pointer. And Kobe Bryant the rebound.
Now, we've seen Kobe Bryant get better looks in this first half than he had in an entire series against the Houston Rockets.
Farmar knocked down. Open for Walton. Farmar, nice little fake. Steps back for 3. Nene and Carter collide. Anderson, by the way, kind of grimacing as he comes up the floor. Phillips runs, draws the foul, shot blocked. But they say he got hit, and Chauncey Billups will go to the free throw line. Bryant picks up his second.
Chauncey Billups so good at using that upper body strength. Doesn't look like much contact there.
He sold it pretty good. And blocked thereafter. George Karl called him a gift from the basketball gods. You know, last year, Kevin Garnett was the perfect fit. As he misses another free throw, was the perfect fit for Boston. Exactly what they needed. Chauncey Billups has been like that for Denver. Just the perfect guy in terms of his leadership, his poise, and his defensive mindset.
I think more so than, you know, a couple of things. His leadership, you touched on that. The guy's a winner. But I think this was a team that needed somebody to give him direction on the offensive end of the floor. It's a high explosive team that really didn't think there was any bad shots in basketball, but Chauncey Billups, being a true point guard, does a good job of putting the ball in the right player's hands and also staying away from guys at times.
Anderson's shaken up, so they'll attend to him. Anderson huge in terms of his energy and shot blocking off the bench. Carter battling with Bryant, who wants to post him up. Good defense from Carter. Odom has Billups on him. Billups pokes it away. And it's still Laker ball with 5 on the shot clock.
Mike, can you see the flexibility of the triangle offense early in this game? Kobe Bryant has been in the low post more in this first half than he was all in the Houston series when Houston matched up bigger defenders on him. So So now he's going into the post against the smaller defender.
Gasol out to Farmar. He's got to put it up. Shot clock at 1. Fires it up. Won't go. Part of the rebound. Lakers wanted a foul there. Kenyon Martin. Too much dribbling. Gives it right back, though. The Lakers do. Billups spinning. Little helter-skelter. Billups layup won't go. And a blocking foul on Odom. He was in the restricted area. And Billups, who's 1 for 4 from the line, goes back. 2 fouls on Odom.
They're going to the hack of Billups.
Could you take the Jeff Van Gundy jinx off of Chauncey Billups?
I'm not jinxing him. Listen, this type of rat race right now plays into Denver's hands. Denver, this is how they want to play. Fast, but not too fast. LA wants a much more controlled offensive tempo.
Billups missed 3 free throws in the first 2 rounds combined. He's missed 3 in the first half of game 1 here. One of the keys, they say, in his acquisition, Jeff, and you'll know this as well as anybody, is that George Karl doesn't have to be the voice all the time. All the players say that, you know, Billups talks now as much in huddles and in his locker room, and that's important for a coach, isn't it?
Well, he also co-signs when George Karl talks about winning basketball things that guys may not want to do. Chauncey Billups has won so much, he knows they may not be fun to do, but they're necessary to do to win.
And, of course, we said 7 straight, the first 6 with the Detroit Pistons, including 1 championship. He did not want to be traded. He told us that this morning. But if there was any place to go, it was his hometown in Denver. Pass inside, Nene lost it. Traded for Allen Iverson 3 games into the regular season. Bryant is fouled. A reach in on Carter. Carter upset. Players getting a little emotional, and you like the officials are letting them display a little quick emotion as George Karl calls timeout. George Karl has not been to the conference finals since 2001. That's when he took the Milwaukee Bucks. He also took the Sonics there. Now he's here with the Denver Nuggets.
ESPN's presentation of the NBA Western Conference Finals. Brought to you by Taco Bell. Think outside the bun. And Bud Light. With just the right taste that never fills you up, the difference is drinkability.
The world's first full-size luxury hybrid SUV. EPA estimated 20 miles per gallon city. Seating for 8. And the best luxury coverage in the industry. Apparently, it is possible to raise the bar and still keep everything within reach. See your local Cadillac dealer for details.
Dad, could you help me build a sandcastle?
Sure, pal. Let's just find a good spot.
Legendary taste of Dunkin' Donuts coffee on ice.
This looks like a good spot.
You can do it. America runs on Dunkin'. Stop by today for an affordable cup of America's favorite coffee. The Hunter.
This one's mine.
The Gatherer.
Well, there won't be any berries in the fruit salad now, so we all lose.
On June 19th, they'll team up. You're going to be my right hand.
I've seen what you do with your right hand. No, thank you.
For the very first road trip.
This is really too fast.
Jack Black.
You may lay with my daughter, Lilith.
Michael Cera.
What about me?
You may share the bed of my son, Seth.
Good, Baba.
Year 1. Rated PG-13.
Basketball is just a game.
You pass.
You shoot. You score.
Sometimes we win.
Sometimes we don't.
You have to practice.
You have to practice dedication,
Teamwork.
sportsmanship, patience,
Unity.
and love. And if we can practice all those things to make our game better,
can't we practice those things to make our world better?
Lakers, after trailing by 13, within 5. Just past the midway point of the second. Kobe Bryant, the subject of our Gatorade Cooler Talk, Jeff.
Well, when you come to work Kobe Bryant doesn't just come to play, he comes to work before the game, working on his post game because he knows who he's going to be defended by. So here he's going to work. He misses in the post, but quick follow-up. A repost, he throws it out, gets it back into the turnaround jumper. And then no double team, back in, uses great strength to overpower Dante Jones. He's going to continue to be in the post until they put size on him. If they put size on him, he'll move back to the perimeter. Denver wants to resist the temptation to double team him because then the three-point shot comes into play.
With all due respect to the Denver defenders, how happy do you think Kobe Bryant is that he doesn't have to deal with Shane Battier and Ron Artest?
Well, I'm going to say he's happy he doesn't have to deal with Shane Battier. Shane Battier did a great job of defending Bryant. This is going to be a much easier series for him to get to his spots and get high percentage shots.
He's only 4 for 10, but he's had all quality looks.
Back within 3. Phillips and Carter out there at the same time. Carter, a veteran backup. Phillips gets inside. Odom got a piece of it. Gasol the rebound. Fisher the other way. Fisher to the basket, blocked by Nene. And Martin with the rebound. Whistle, the ball was out of bounds. So it's still Laker ball. They block a lot of shots. That's already 4.
I like the mentality of Derek Fisher on this play. Not just jacking up a jumper in transition. Put pressure on this Nuggets defense.
Second best shot blocking team in the NBA during the regular season, led by Anderson. Plays it. Bellies up on Bryant. Ariza on the drive and draws the foul. We've seen some spectacular dunks from Trevor Ariza. That time he didn't finish, but he'll go to the free throw line.
You don't want to be just a jump shooting team. Good job of swinging the ball, the extra pass, defense running at you. Put your head down and make a play. Trevor Ariza trying to get his own poster.
And a lot of this is caused by both teams have the same strategy. Against isolations, they bring another defender from the weak side to the strong side to prevent the isolation move. But what that causes is a longer closeout to the weak side. That's how Trevor Ariza was able to blow by a very good defender in Anthony Carter.
And Coach, I'm sure you would agree, in those situations, the best offense is swinging the basketball to the other side.
Anthony got hot early, kind of forced that one. They talk a lot this year. The shot selection of Denver is so improved. Not a particularly good decision that time. Anthony is now guarding Bryant. He told George Karl he wanted to guard him. Knocks it out, and he thought he hit it off Bryant's leg. Bryant thought that it was a foul. Nobody agrees with the call. It's not an easy job.
You know, I am so tired of hearing that about officiating.
It's so
of course
true.
It's not easy job. That's why they're paying $300,000 to do it. You think it's easy to coach these players or to guard Kobe Bryant in the post if you're Anthony Carter? None of the jobs out there with the people are easy.
And the loose ball foul is called against Odom. That's his 3rd.
I think it's time for me to give you an amen, brother.
You know what I'm saying? Why is it only one person's job out there is tough to do? They're all tough.
George Karl gets up. He talks to Martin. Coaching, it's not an easy job. Is that better?
That's better. You know what is an easy job? Sitting here commenting. Like my job. I don't even know if you can call this a job. It's a hobby, I guess. But that's hard stuff out there. Those 13 people involved and the people on the bench. That's all tough work.
So Nene goes to the line. We're just over 4.5 remaining in the second. Shop NBAStore.com for the best selection of Lakers and Nuggets team gear. Plus get free shipping on orders over $75. NBAStore.com, one store, every team. As Doris touched upon earlier, Nene, January of 08, was diagnosed with testicular cancer, had surgery, chemotherapy, returned in March. His doctor said he couldn't believe how quickly he got back on the basketball court, said his attitude was all part of it. And then this year he responded with his best season of his NBA career as Kobe Bryant throws it down. Lakers within 1.
there's certain times that Bryant has that look in his eyes where he's basically speaking, get me the ball.
Nene, and a foul. Nene finding the seams and getting great scoring opportunities. He's got 11 points.
But Coach talked about it. This is weak side defense. You have to be in position if you're Andrew Bynum to rotate quicker. Don't allow Nene to get to the cup. And how about Bryant? Good job of not falling in love with the J in attack mode. The blow by of Anthony Carter getting to the cup. And this is where Kobe Bryant does his most damage.
Meanwhile, that foul at the other end was Bynum's third. He will sit down. Nene back to the line. In the playoffs, he's averaging 12.5 points per game. He's already got 11. Brazil well represented in the conference finals. Andy Varejao, of course, playing for the Cleveland Cavs. And Nene for the Nuggets. Lead back up to 4.
Has Varejao started to flop yet?
I'm sure he practiced it today a little bit.
But an interesting substitution. Josh Powell on the third foul instead of Lamar Odom.
Odom picking up that third foul. Here's Powell getting some unusual early minutes, and how about that response? Josh Powell in his first year with the Lakers signed as a free agent. He's played for 5 NBA teams in his 4 years, played Russia and Italy, and his first chance at a conference final. J.R. Smith looking. Kenyon Martin. He got whacked. And he'll go to the free throw line. They've already taken 15 free throws to just 7 by the Lakers.
In the last regular season between the two teams, that last regular season game, the Lakers shot 46 free throws. So keeping the Lakers off the line and off the board are critical for the Nuggets' chances here tonight.
I'd like to take this time out. Basketball lost a great guy in Wayman Tisdale a couple of days ago, and certainly want to send our thoughts and prayers to the Tisdale family. Just an outstanding human being and a joy to be around.
And he showed great courage after finding out he had cancer, made that in some ways his most shining moment, the way he dealt with it. Wayman Tisdale leaves an awful lot of friends throughout the NBA and elsewhere.
First full-size luxury hybrid SUV. EPA estimated 20 miles per gallon city. Seating for 8. And the best luxury coverage in the industry. Apparently, it is possible to raise the bar and still keep everything within reach. See your local Cadillac dealer for details.
No man was more evil.
We have to kill Hitler.
And no plan was more dangerous.
Operation Valkyrie is in effect.
Valkyrie, now available.
Excuse me, can you hold this? That's weird. I'm Marty.
Calling all captains. Drink responsibly.
Announcing the Ford Advantage Plan, a better plan to get you into a Ford car, truck, or SUV. While others say there's no credit available, Ford Credit says there is. Check for pre-approval at FordVehicles.com. And if you lose your paycheck, Ford will make your payments for up to 12 months. Quality, credit, and payment protection. That's the Ford Advantage Plan.
Now get 0% financing for 72 months or $3,500 cash back on a new 2009 Ford Fusion. Visit your Ford dealer today and drive one.
Summer has always belonged to children. But now that the Summer of Audi event is here, summer can finally be yours. Experience the Summer of Audi with no payments at signing when you lease or finance select Audi models and get over 130 channels of Sirius satellite radio.
Short distance from Hollywood as we're at the Staples Center. Nuggets lead the Lakers by 2 with 3.5 remaining in the second. The Toyota halftime show coming up. Stuart Scott, John Barry, Michael Wilbon, and Magic Johnson. We'll take a look at the first half And talk about the lottery. Clippers get the #1 pick. It's all coming up on the Toyota halftime show. Let's check in on the coaches' huddles.
You guys ready? This team overplays passing lane. They get after the basketball, right? So you can't be loose with the ball out there.
Anytime you've probed their defense, you found the window. You found the window. We don't need to take quick jump shots. We can find great jump shots all night long.
Well, George Karl's in his 21st year in the NBA. Phil Jackson, the 18th. And they're obviously now doing well, making money and coaching the best in the game. But neither started there. Both paid their dues. Both Karl and Jackson each coached 5 years in the CBA before they started coaching in the NBA. Karl also spent 2 years coaching in Spain.
And George Karl, to me, is where Phil Jackson obviously will be, is in the Hall of Fame. George Karl is a Hall of Fame coach.
Kobe Bryant, that won't go. Fight for the rebound, and they are fighting down low. Kenyon Martin. Here's J.R. Smith. Smith inside, and a finish from Nene. What a first half. 14 points on 6 of 7 from the field.
Nothing like big guys running the floor. Create offense.
When they traded Marcus Camby in the offseason, he became the starting center. He had his injury and health problems. But has really come through, and a technical foul call on Carmelo Anthony. Didn't like the personal call, so gets hit with a technical, and the Lakers will get 3 free throws. Anthony now going over to Scott Foster to try and plead his case. Bryant will first shoot the technical.
I tell you what, though, if I'm George Karl, I'm not upset about that technical by Carmelo Anthony. First of all, it shows you the change in Carmelo Anthony. There was a time he wouldn't have wanted to step up to the challenge to play the best player on the opposing team. There was also a time he wouldn't have been frustrated about a call. Give him credit. He has bought in to the Nuggets defensively.
My mistake. Nuggets weren't in the penalty, so Lakers taken out of bounds. Bryant open 3, knocks it down, and the Lakers within 1. This Laker crowd's been through some roller coasters in the previous series. Saw a slow start tonight, but a big bounce back. Stepped out of bounds.
You even look in that situation, Josh Powell, the designated double team guy, not paying attention to the big that he was chosen to defend on the Nuggets.
Big chant of "Let's go Lakers." Nice turnaround after a bad first quarter. Fisher with a hand in his face. Can't get it to go. Bryant, the rebound, back up, blocked by Martin. Nuggets wanted to go 10, instead down the other end, or the Lakers wanted to go 10. Anthony throws it down. Phil Jackson upset. That was pretty close. And then Nene with a steal. Bad pass. And the turnover. Kenyon Martin. Phillips had it, lost it, picked up by Ariza. Ariza scoots inside. Tip won't go. Gasol tips it in. And Josh Powell hurt down the other end. Here's Winston as he gets back on defense. Anthony gets a clear path. Ariza fell down. Anthony can't hit. Gasol the rebound. Inside pass and a foul on the entry pass. Powell will shoot free throws. Now the Nuggets in the penalty.
Well, Denver's working hard to try to front the post. What that leaves you vulnerable to is the second shot. Bryant had inside position, goes back up, and that led to a transition basket. That block led to that Carmelo Anthony run out and dunk. But again, the fronting technique is good to keep the ball out of Bryant's hands, but Bryant then has the advantage on the missed shot.
Josh Powell off the bench, 3 points in 3 minutes.
You know, Coach, what you talked about the fronting, I think in that situation, you're Derek Fisher. That's a bad shot. Your job as the point guard, be a little bit more patient and trust that Kobe Bryant will create an opening.
And the Lakers have come back from 13 down to take their first lead of the night with a minute remaining here in the second quarter. Anthony trying to force it in. And a foul on the pass. Lakers in the penalty, so Carmelo Anthony will shoot his first free throws of the night. Gasol picks up his second. So Bynum has 3, Odom has 3. And a host of players have 2.
I talked about it before the series. This is a much easier team for the Lakers to defend. They can roam, they can double team, they can pretty much zone the area without being concerned about the Nuggets bigs beating them shooting jumpers.
Anthony hits the first. He had a great first quarter. Carmelo Anthony before the series saying, I don't think anyone thinks we can beat the Lakers. And that might be trying a little self-motivation. A lot of people actually felt Denver has a chance to win the series. They're back up by 1. Final minute, first half. Fisher, good open look. Can't get it to fall. Fisher and his shooting problems continue, on a bad foul that time from Josh Powell will put J.R. Smith at the free throw line.
But even coming off, Kobe Bryant is coming off a double screen, wide open, and Fisher forces the jump shot. If that shot goes in, good shot. But if it doesn't, the best player in yellow is wide open. That play has to be made, and trust that he will make the proper play.
Smith misses the first. The free throw shooting just awful for the Nuggets. 11 of 20. We've missed 9 already here in the first half.
Great job getting to the line, but these are the things that make the difference between winning and losing.
And if you're the Nuggets right now, understand, here's where the Lakers like to get a quick one up to secure the basketball back.
They were not a good free throw shooting team during the regular season, or certainly not one of the better ones, 20th in the NBA. They lead by 2. Fisher. Bryant forces up the shot, puts it in, and a foul. Pau Gasol was mad. He felt he was open. Bryant didn't get him the ball and took a contested shot, but he may turn it into a three-point play.
Again, working the clock down. Bryant backing in, turns, and they called Dante Jones for walking up under Bryant on the jump shot.
Bryant, 18 points. 22.8 remaining here in the first half, so the shot clock is off. Anthony has Ariza on him. Ariza, a talented defender. Anthony, stutter move, gets inside, feeds Martin for the slam. Over Benga with 8.4 remaining. They didn't hold it for the final shot, but they come away with 2. Bryant, Fisher for 3. Bang! Derek Fisher was 0 for 6 before that shot as he nails it at the buzzer.
And this is why you put the ball in Bryant's hands, because the offense gets easier. Derek Fisher, wide open, knocks down.
Nuggets shot 53% from the field, but they missed 9 free throws. Bryant with Dante Jones on him. He picked up 3 fouls in the first half. This is his first attempt of the third, and Nene with the rebound. Anthony, quick move inside and draws the foul. He got hit on a left hip. And a little grimace. He'll go to the line. So 4 fouls on Bynum. Unable to get it going. Right now, Phil Jackson leaving him in.
Well, if I'm Phil Jackson, I'm coaching Lakers, I'm leaving Andrew Bynum in the ball game. Just trust that he has to make the right decisions. What you want to do at that size is just use that length and don't commit fouls. Force Melo to shoot over.
Very well designed play coming out of halftime where they cleared the side of the floor. So as Anthony came off, he had a lot of room to work with and was able to create the body contact with Bynum.
Let's check in with Doris Burke.
Mike, Jeff talked about little things winning you ball games for George Karl. He talked about those missed free throws you mentioned as taking away the team's momentum. He said for about 5 minutes the rebounding got away from us. The three ball got loose for a stretch of time. He said what I would like to see in this third period is the kind of defensive pace we set in that first period, allowing us to dictate the terms of the game. That won't make him happy, gentlemen.
Absolutely not. Bryant now with 20. An easy dunk to help defense, obviously late.
It was off the inside post play of Pau Gasol, reading the defense, being patient, getting everybody out the way, and then makes the crisp pass to Bryant.
Odom gets off the bench. Nene kicks it out. Dante Jones just grazes the rim. Jones is out there for this end of the floor. He's been guarding Bryant quite a bit. Ariza tried to jam it in there. A kick ball. So the shot clock resets to 14. Odom will now replace Bynum in his 4 fouls.
And this is all Pau Gasol and man movement also by Bryant. Nobody looking at Pau Gasol. They allow Kobe Bryant to slash to the cup. That's good offense, bad defense by the Nuggets.
Ariza can't hit the 3. Phillips the rebound. Lakers 6 of 15 from downtown.
But I like that defense. They're playing halfway off of Ariza as Billups hits the two-pointer. Halfway off Ariza to prevent the post-entry pass to Bryant in the post. And that indecision 3 where you're sort of pass faking, it's a very difficult shot.
Phillips more distributing than scoring as he did earlier in the playoffs. Ariza lost it, got it back. Good defense. That's a double dribble. Kenyon Martin, who can be a very talented defender, very versatile, can guard a number of different positions, did an excellent job there.
A really underrated defender, able to defend multiple positions, does a good job of intimidating and playing with force.
When he first came into the league out of Cincinnati, the #1 overall pick, he said his goal was to be Defensive Player of the Year. Now, a couple of big knee surgeries probably will prevent that from happening, but he's had a very good defensive year this season. Anthony, one dribble, puts it in. Carmelo Anthony with 24. He's already had a 40-point game in the playoffs. Did it against Dallas with 41, including that game-winning controversial three-pointer. Nuggets by 3. Gasol, high arcing shot. His 3rd field goal.
I like the Lakers getting him touches early in this 3rd quarter. It's going to pay dividends down the stretch.
Again, Kobe Bryant started on Chauncey Billups. Then they switched him on Anthony after he erupted in the 1st quarter. Trying to do it here again. Jones trying to tip it to himself. Odom, bad pass, deflected by Billups, but it's going to be Laker ball. Odom's length. Billups obviously not happy.
Only 5 seconds to get it across if the Lakers don't notice it, which they don't.
And Odom, now there it is. Fisher tried to tell Odom. And an 8-second violation. As you bring it up the court, if it's deflected by the defense, it continues the count from there on in. And a turnover, number 9 for LA. Ariza trying to fight over the screen, trying to do it again. Nene out to Billups. Billups to Jones, stripped and fouled. Let's see if they call it the act of shooting. Scott Foster checking with Joe DeRosa. They're going to say no, take it out of bounds as Ariza picks up his 2nd.
And George Karl talked about that offense. When they get people on long closeouts, he terms it attack their feet. Billups did that, created the penetration and the foul against Dante Jones.
When you have a great offensive player, you don't have to call sets. They are going to create open shots for other guys. That's what Carmelo Anthony is doing on the floor for the Nuggets.
And a foul, a whistle. And it's going to go against Ariza again. So that's 3 on Ariza. Ariza has 3. Odom has 3. Bynum has 4. And already 3 team fouls for the Lakers. We're just 3.5 minutes in. We shoot the penalty on the 5th foul. Anthony, catch, shoot, that's a 3. That's good. Carmelo Anthony, 27 points in 24 minutes.
But we are watching mistakes being made by Trevor Ariza defensively. Your responsibility is to guard Carmelo Anthony and do not give him any airspace. He's getting quality looks, uncontested jumpers.
He's 3 for 3 from downtown. And a foul on Nene.
You know, Coach, other guys are zoning the area. You have Lamar Odom and Pau Gasol zoning the area. If you're Trevor Ariza, you have no help responsibilities, but an outstanding screen by Kenyon Martin creating that open shot for Carmelo Anthony.
And that's why I don't like overloading the side defensively against everyone. Against Carmelo Anthony, yes. Against Chauncey Billups, against Kobe Bryant, guard him straight up one-on-one. You do not need the extra assistance defensively.
Odom gets it in, tries to adjust. And a 3-second violation call. 10 turnovers for the Lakers. Bill Jackson giving Joe DeRosa an earful.
Interestingly enough, Kobe Bryant just looked at Trevor Ariza and said, you got to go after him. Defensively, you have to get in Carmelo Anthony. Leaders have to lead.
That's a remix of what he really said, but we can't repeat that.
Billups tried to jam it in. He thought he got hit instead. A turnover for Denver. Bryant lobs back to Odom for the easy finish. Anthony trying the other way, but the Lakers get back in a hurry. Martin, they'd left him open outside. Dante Jones got tied up. Sloppy stretch here in the 3rd. Derek Fisher on the pull-up. In and out. Ariza the rebound. Stripped by Martin. Picked up by Jones. Good defense from Kobe Bryant getting in Dante Jones' way. Anthony hits a 3. A 2-pointer, but still knocks it down. Crowd felt there should have been a couple of calls against the Nuggets as they go up by 5.
And they're going to review that shot right there. The officials gave the signal to the scorer. They want to look at that when they can.
They'll look at it the next whistle. Well, there was a 3 as Nene picks up his 3rd foul. There's a sarcastic cheer from the crowd here at Staples Center. Let's take a look at our replay, see if Anthony's shot was good from 3. Difficult replay to tell on. This is better. That's hard to tell.
That's a 3
that's
right
a
there.
3. That's a 3.
And they called it on the floor, too.
Bryant gets in. Gasol cleans it up.
And see, that miss by Kobe Bryant might as well be an assist because help has to come to support Dante Jones. Gasol free run to the rim, cleans it up, easy basket.
Ariza the steal. Billups the one-man back, feeds Fisher. Fisher lays it in. Trevor Ariza 9th in the NBA in steals during the regular season. Nice defensive play there. And George Karl calls timeout. Always working hard to be a positive role model for the young people and demonstrating that sportsmanship is an essential life skill. Great job from Chauncey Billups on and off the court. The NBA, where caring happens. 6:15 remaining 3rd quarter. Let's check in with Doris.
Well, guys, one of the major themes since Chauncey Billups arrived in Denver is his change on the level of professionalism and commitment to the defensive end of the floor by that particular team. In that timeout, he was in the ear of Carmelo Anthony, basically discussing how to contend with Kobe Bryant. And one of the things he told us earlier today is you have to understand who you can go to one-on-one, who you can call out publicly. Apparently, Carmelo Anthony is not a sensitive guy, gentlemen.
They've established a very strong relationship during the course of this year. Billups telling us it took him about a month to kind of figure out which guys he could get in his face, which guys he had to kind of do it quietly on the side. Anthony, and a reach-in foul on Ariza. He's got 4. The team has 4. Anthony is such a tough cover. He can score in so many ways. Posting up off the dribble from 3-point range. Luke Walton comes in for Ariza. So now Walton will guard Carmelo Anthony. Bryant did a pretty good job on him for a while in the second quarter.
But they have Billups under control because Bryant is on him. So that's a difficult decision. Do you put Bryant on the guy who's going the best, or do you try to keep Chauncey Billups under control?
And a loose ball foul, I believe, against Nene, and that will be his 4th. So a couple of foul difficulties for both teams. Chris Anderson jumps off the bench. The Birdman, he's mad. Don't give me that head shake. I'm upset. 4 fouls. He's played well. 14 points.
And if you're the Los Angeles Lakers right now, it's inexcusable for Carmelo Anthony to take over this game on the offensive end. When you talk about having Kenyon Martin, Chris Anderson, and Dante Jones on the floor, help has to be there. You have to force the ball out of the hands of Melo.
Bryant and Jones. Phillips looking to come help. Good defense from Jones. Bryant gets in. May have gotten away with a travel. Gasol. Ball knocked out of his hands. Bryant double team, finding Walton through his hands, but right to Odom. Back out, Fisher. Good defense from the Nuggets. Shot clock down to 5. Fisher on the drive, flips it up and in. Boy, that was a messy possession, but they come away with 2. What a tough shot from Fisher. Billups. Billups for 3. Won't go. Martin, the rebound. Dante Jones showing his athleticism, but a bit of a wild shot. Fisher for 3. Largest lead of the game for the Lakers.
The question is, where does this Denver Nugget team get scoring from? George Karl obviously has the same questions since J.R. Smith, getting him ready to get into the ball game.
9 straight points. Anderson looks to make a drive. Nice move from Anderson off the dribble. Averages 7 points a game during the playoffs. As Smith ready to come into the game. A little offensive energy. Bryant backs it in.
Kobe Bryant upset. Very physical defense against him. Dante Jones and this Nuggets team getting away.
Odom on Anderson. Anthony looking. Gasol on in. Wants to take him off the dribble. There's a double. And a whistle. And it's another offensive 3 seconds. This one called against Denver. We've seen a couple of those calls.
You're Dante Jones. What you're doing, you want to force Kobe Bryant. You don't want to just lay back and allow him to do the damage on the offensive end. It's about playing to your strength. But the same thing that worked against a smaller guard in Chris Paul, that's not going to work against Kobe Bryant also.
J.R. Smith now on Bryant. Bryant blows right past him inside. Knocked away. He's upset. Very upset. He thought he was hit. Billups spinning, and Fisher just grabs him. And a technical foul on Kobe Bryant for slamming the ball down. Bryant was upset down the other end. Let's take a look.
And this time it's J.R. Smith. The blow by there of Bryant. Well, that's just the way that this Nuggets team plays. And if you're Kobe Bryant, you have to understand there's going to be some calls that's not going to go your way. You have to stay the course. That's a good job by the Nuggets attempting to frustrate Bryant.
Billups hits the technical free throw, and because the Lakers in the penalty, he'll now shoot more. And the reason that's a rule, if you slam the ball and it goes in the stands, which it did, he was just obviously a little upset. That's his 5th technical of the playoffs.
So
he had one rescinded.
I have a question. So if he catches that slam, it's not a technical. If he mishandles the slam and it bounces into the stands, it's an automatic technical?
Well, automatic if it goes in the stands, not automatic if he just slams it. That's up to the discretion of the official.
So because he had bad hands in that scenario, it cost him a technical foul?
In some way.
Now, does that make sense? I'm just asking, does that make sense?
Well, but he did it in anger. That's the idea.
But if he did it in anger and caught it, it's not a technical foul.
No, they still might give him a technical for that. And Shannon Brown in the game for the Lakers. They lead by one, just over 3 minutes remaining in this third quarter. Luke Walton against Anthony. Can't get it to go. Kenyon Martin with his 7th rebound. Billups on the drive. The runner in the paint is good. Chauncey Billups, 12 points, 7 assists. Nuggets back up by 1.
And the bench for Denver in the first half gave them very limited production. They're going to have to do a better job in the third and the start of the fourth to get a cushion.
They're going to need J.R. Smith to get it going on the offensive end. Him scoring takes so much pressure off of Billups and Melo.
Throws it out of bounds. He only has 1 point mark. He's missed most of his field goals for the playoffs. He's averaging just over 16 a game, their 3rd score, and they need it right now. But Denver still with the 1 point lead with just under 2.5 remaining in the third.
Well, Chauncey Billups loves to drive it left. Good little floater in the lane, high arcing shot. He's got to get going. They need his offense as well as Anthony's to be able to get over the hump here in LA.
Wants to deny the ball. He's amongst the best, and Smith picks up the personal, his 2nd.
If the Nuggets are going to beat the Los Angeles Lakers, they are going to need a better J.R. Smith. This has been a bad game all around for him. He is much better than the way that he is playing in game 9.
He has more turnovers than points. Just a 1 point on a free throw. Nuggets have turned it over 6 times here in the third. The Lakers, meanwhile, turn it over once again for them. That's the 13th, same as Denver. This quarter's been a little sloppy at times.
Yeah, Denver is going to regret the opportunities missed, both from the free throw line and with some careless ball handling, as well as giving up extra second shots.
A rare playoff game this year where Billups has not shot well. 3 for 9.
Very good defensive sequence by Kenyon Martin. He came and helped against Bryant in transition and then recovered to guard his own man.
Good offensive board for Walton. Nice pass to Gasol. Lakers need somebody besides Kobe Bryant to start getting going offensively. Maybe Gasol.
Well, the little things that Luke Walton does on the floor. Offense, rebound, and then makes the play to Gasol.
3 assists for Walton off the bench. Pass inside. Martin blocked from behind. I think it was Odom. And Brown knocked to the ground hard. He's hurt. As Klaiser barreled into him. Maybe he's not so hurt. Pays to be young. So Brown, at 23 years old, bounces up. So Shannon Brown, after taking a hit, quickly back up. It's number 14 foul for Denver. Walton sits down. Vujicic back in. Brown, when he was acquired from Charlotte for Vladimir Radmanovich, Phil Jackson said, we've got to see if this man can help us in any way get into the rotation. He wasn't playing that much in Charlotte. His energy, his athleticism, he's become part of the rotation on a regular basis. As Bryant misses, Martin the rebound.
And he's turned in these playoffs into a knockdown three-point shooter.
One of the highest percentages of anybody in the postseason. Smith for 3. That's good from way downtown. His first field goal. He has unlimited range.
And that's why George Karl leaves him in the ballgame. He's a guy that's capable of heating up and making big plays.
We wind down the third quarter. Brown, here's the 3. Won't go. Smith with the rebound. Brown at 59% in the playoffs. Took a hard shot from Anderson, who set a pick drive, wanted a foul. Shot clock turned off. Billups looking, nearly falls. Brown doing a good job. Billups has to flip it up. Excellent defense from Shannon Brown as the third quarter comes to an end. Chauncey Billups has struggled with his shot, but he has 8 assists. Carmelo Anthony leading the way for the 5th time in this postseason. He's hit the 30-point mark. But as we head to the 4th quarter of game number 1 here in the Western Conference Finals, it's the Nuggets with a 2-point lead, 76-74.
Have you seen my 3 championship rings?
Kobe, I'm busy.
They represent the 3 championships that I myself have won.
Kobe,
I did say there were 3 of them, didn't I?
I don't have time for this.
You probably don't even know what they look like. See, for each one of these delicious cookies, there is an equally delicious NBA championship ring that you don't have.
Kobe, I'm trying to...
And you gotta be hungry, LeBron.
Maybe you should check your championship ring display case.
Oh, snap. Will you look at that? Will y'all playing hide and seek with me?
This is Buster Olney,
Buster.
baseball's best behind-the-scenes reporter.
Interesting. 2, 1, and that, my friends, equals B.J. Upton.
ESPN's Buster Olney, part of the best team in baseball.
Coming up on SportsCenter, see who won Game 1 of the NBA's Western Conference Finals and why it is so important. Which team got the lucky bounce in the NBA Draft Lottery? See if the return of Big Papi made a difference against the first-place Blue Jays in Boston. SportsCenter after the game on ESPN.
4th quarter set to begin game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. Lakers trailing the Nuggets 76-74. Time for our late game adjustments presented by Burger King.
Coach Jackson, with a short turnaround time, you talked about winning this game with energy and emotion. As you move to the 4th, what's the most important thing for your team?
Well, I don't know if we're getting too emotional in the game. Kobe got a little emotional, got a technical, little change in the way the game was run. But, you know, we have to have better execution right now. Our execution's not good. We're turning the ball over, not making the right passes.
You conceded that Carmelo Anthony is a great scorer, Coach, but he's got 30. Anything different you want with him?
Well, we're not focusing on where he's coming from and what's going on off-ball situation so that when he gets the ball, we're prepared to play defense. We have to do a better job of that.
Coach, thank you.
All right, Doris, he said Carmelo Anthony is a given. He said Chauncey Billups with the ball in his hand, that's a problem for us. As Carmelo Anthony starts the 4th quarter on the bench. Right before the start, Sasha Vujacic and J.R. Smith with some words. It's Billups, Smith, Martin, Plaza, and Anderson right now for Denver. Shot clock winding down. Martin floats it in there. Good quick move from Kenyon Martin. He's got 13 points.
And if you're defending Martin, you have to know he's always coming back to his left hand.
Shannon Brown, Lamar Odom, Kobe Bryant, Gasol, and Vujacic. Ball knocked away. Bryant hurt his right hand. And Kenyon Martin is hurt down the other end. He's slow to get up. And George Karl wants to stop. Martin is down and shaken up. See most of the Nugget bench getting up off the floor to come attend to their teammate. Let's see the play. They just ran right into him. You see Martin tried to break his fall by grabbing a jersey. So while they tend to Martin, we'll take a quick break and be right back.
There's a reason for the sunshine sky, and there's a reason why I'm feeling so high. Must be the season.
You get more power and more space. The world gets fewer smog-forming emissions. The 3rd generation Prius. It's harmony between man, nature, and machine.
We have to kill Hitler. Operation Valkyrie is in effect.
Valkyrie, now available.
You guys ready? What's up with your faces?
Volcano burritos. Want one?
Oh, great. Great. Look at you. You're a mess.
Relax. I got it covered.
Storybook wedding. Beautiful.
Taco
Taco Bell's new Volcano Double Beef Burrito with scorching lava sauce. Get ready for the good hurt. Think outside the box.
Say you're in college and you need to find an apartment closer to campus. Well, there's an app for that. Or you need to find the cheapest price on a biology textbook. There's an app for that. Or you need to find at least one photo you can show your parents. There's an app for that too. Yep, there's an app for just about anything. Only on the iPhone.
Today's aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. New Fuel Max tires get you there using less gas. Fuel Max only from Goodyear. Our NBA calendar, the Eastern Conference Finals starts tomorrow night on TNT. Coverage begins at 8 Eastern. And then tip-off shortly after 8:30. The Magic and the Cavs from Cleveland. Then Thursday, ESPN will be back here at Staples for Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals. Saturday on ABC, Saturday night, Game 3. That will be in Denver. And again, Nuggets fans, they have been wild in the playoffs. It's been such a great atmosphere. Getting a chance for their first conference finals home game in 24 years. Kenny Martin had the wind knocked out of him as the Lakers call for foul. This is the play just moments ago. As Kobe Bryant goes barreling into him. Martin tries to kind of grab his jersey, and Kobe Bryant hurt that right hand. He dislocated his right ring finger early in the season. He's played through it. Second year in a row he's had a hand injury like that. And he's played through. Smith, long three won't go. Vujicic tracks it down. Good hustle. Bryant obviously stays in the game. Looks inside for Odom. Odom flips it up and in. Lamar Odom's been quiet tonight. Just 7 points, but he brings the Lakers within 2.
Good adjustment by Bryant, taking the double team and making the play to Odom. I think Bryant has to make the decision in the single coverage, play with 4.
Nice pass, and count it, and a foul. Anderson comes flying in on a pretty bounce pass from Billups.
Well, Billups blew by Shannon Brown. Good dish pass, and again, when one big for the Lakers, that was Lamar Odom, went to help. Pau Gasol has to pull over immediately versus wait for the catch and always rely on the shot block. Shot blocking is an emergency defense. You've got to rotate sooner and put your body in front of the cutting Anderson.
Anderson with one of the more interesting appearances in the NBA.
Do you judge his height by the top of his hair?
Yes.
Because he's 7'2".
Got those high socks too. And he loves it. And he loves being back playing. Farmar back in the game. And a reach-in foul called on Anthony. That's going to be his 3rd. Let's take a quick listen to a recent Phil Jackson utter.
Okay, now let's take a deep breath and get ourselves collected. So we get our stops. We start to get stops and get some runouts, push the ball at this team and get something accomplished, all right?
When they play good aggressive defense, they are tough to stop as Bryant hits a 3. And a lead back to 2.
Mistake by J.R. Smith, falling asleep on the perimeter defending Bryant. You have to keep a body on him, be in position to contest.
Mike, I want to go back to that timeout. There's a lot of frustration in this game. Phil Jackson, great poise as J.R. Smith hits another long 3. Great poise to try to gather his team.
We have 2 coaches who are very calm on the sidelines. Carl is like that as well. Gasol out to Farmar, open 3, puts it in. Jordan Farmar, a big bucket. Here comes Smith. He can get as hot as any player in the NBA if it gets it going. Sometimes a little out of control right there. Anthony Carter tries to save it and does. Good hustle from Carter. Smith will try another three. Anderson comes flying in for the rebound. And Smith will reset. Smith. Oh, nice pass. I thought that was a shot. And Smith threw it up for Anderson, who got hit, and he'll go to the free throw line.
When you think about this, there was a time when J.R. Smith would be on the bench right now the way that he started this ball game. But George Karl, admittedly a changed coach, much more patient, and his trust in J.R. Smith finding his way is paying off.
They butt heads quite a bit. Lots to do with the shot selection of Smith, who can get a little out of control, but his game starting to mature this year as Anderson misses a free throw. That's 10 missed free throws for Denver here tonight. Smith had a game earlier this season where he hit 11 three-pointers, one shy of the NBA record.
It was a great trade by Denver. They gave up only 2 second-round picks to give up what arguably, along with Jason Terry, were the 2 sixth men of the year.
I think you can take arguably out. Those were clearly the 2 best guys off the bench in this league.
Vujicic off the dribble, gets to the basket, blocked by Anderson. Odom picks it up. He can't get it to go. Odom gets it back, lost it, and it's Denver ball. Anderson with a terrific defensive play. Odom stayed with it, but couldn't hold on.
The plays that Kenyon Martin and Chris Anderson have made in the paint area. Outstanding job taking care of the basket.
That's his second block. Nene can't hit. Anthony the rebound and put back. Good tough rebound for Carmelo Anthony. You can feel the crowd a little anxious here at Staples Center. Their Lakers down by 5. Vujicic for 3. And Smith, the rebound.
That's an awful shot. You can get that three-point shot at any time.
Smith for 3. Vujicic looking to push. Finds Farmar. Farmar off the dribble, tripped up by Smith. And that's 4 fouls on Smith.
Well, Kobe Bryant is matched up with Anthony on Anthony's last shot. No one really understands just how strong Carmelo Anthony is. Good second shot and finish as Denver's up 5.
Just over 4 minutes gone by here in the 4th. Lakers lost game 1 of the previous series at home to Houston. Right now, they trail by 5.
For an 8 seed.
Well, George Karl was the coach of that losing Sonic team, but he's been the coach of a lot of winning teams. This is his 4th conference final. Twice he went there with Seattle, 93 and 96. Then in 2001, went with the Milwaukee Bucks. And now back again with the Denver Nuggets. He's in his 5th year as head coach of the Nuggets, 21st year overall. And Karl enjoying it. As we said, he's calm on the sidelines. He said he gets that from Dean Smith. He played at North Carolina for Smith. He says Smith has been such a huge influence on him. Talked to him before the first round as Odom gets inside, misses. And Anthony the rebound. Anthony Carter in there. He's the backup point guard while Phillips gets a rest. Carter's had a very solid season. Bryant nearly with the steal. He's now on Anthony. And Carmelo Anthony calls timeout. A 20-second timeout. Good double team from Bynum and Kobe Bryant. 5-point game, 7.5 to play. Cass saying that during the summer in Beijing, Carmelo Anthony was his closest friend, the 2 teammates to win that gold medal. Pass inside, Anthony, and the finish. Nice feed from Nene. 34 for Carmelo. And it's a 7-point Denver lead. It's the largest lead of the second half. They led by 13 in the first quarter before the Lakers came back. Vujicic for 3. He just can't get any kind of rhythm in his shot in this postseason after being so good last year in the playoffs. Anthony steps up. 3-pointer. Won't go. Bynum tips it to himself.
Lakers got away with bad transition defense, allowing Carmelo Anthony to step into a rhythm J.
Bryant takes it to Smith. There's the help defense. Gets away from that. Floats it up and in. And a foul. Beautiful adjustment from Kobe Bryant and a chance for a three-point play.
Well, a good job initially in their transition defense to corral Bryant and not let him get to the basket. As the double team comes around, Chris Anderson makes a mistake of allowing Bryant by him. Nene comes over, clearly a foul. Good left-hand finish by Kobe Bryant.
And Nene his 5th foul. Bryant to the line for the 5th time tonight.
And that's exactly what I was talking about. You have to meet force with force. The way that they're defending Bryant and also the way that Bryant's defending Carmelo Anthony, offensively, you have to play with force, create the contact, and worst case scenario, get to the line.
And Mike, George Karl, when asked who he finishes with, said if he's ahead at this point in the game, he'll usually go with Anthony Carter for defense. If behind, more often than not, he'll go with J.R. Smith.
Carter gets it to Martin. Kenyon Martin, that float shot again, just flips it in. He's had an effective game, 15 points.
But here's what strategy where that comes into play. If you're the Lakers, that's good defense. If Kenyon Martin is going to make that shot, then you're down 1-0 and you live with it.
Bryant posting up Carter. Nice defense from Carter. Nope. They said he hit him on the arm. Carter doesn't agree, as Bryant will return to the line. Two on Carter.
Take advantage of the size. Get the ball into the hands of Kobe Bryant on the post. Has a smaller guy defending him. Tough to tell whether it was a foul, but all I know is that Bryant's at the line for 2.
Right, and when you're telling your players, you've got to contest as hard and as high as you can without fouling or appearing to foul. And right there, like you said, too hard to tell on our replay, but it appeared like a foul.
George Karl not hesitant to use Carter, as Jeff said. Carter played a lot of playoff battles when he was with Miami, a lot of those Nick Heat battles. You know, we talk about all these different adjustments and keys. You look at a game like this, sometimes it comes down to who makes his free throws. Bryant hits 2 right there. Coming up on the midway point, 4th quarter of game 1. Carter up, bank shot won't go. And Odom and Bynum both went for it, knocked it out of bounds.
To me, George Karl, if at some point with 12 seconds left on the shot clock, is going to have to go back to J.R. Smith so that they put 5 scorers on the floor.
Carter's shot didn't hit the rim, and the Lakers never had possession, so they don't reset the 24. Anthony inside, just hammered by Bynum. That's going to be 5 on Bynum. No, a 2-shot foul. They say Anthony in the act.
What I love about Carmelo right now, he is fighting for the basketball. Just too strong for Kobe Bryant. Basically called the get off me move, creates the space, gets the basketball, and then going to the line.
Anthony made All-NBA 3rd team this year, along with his teammate Chauncey Billups, as Gasol comes in for Bynum. When you look at the numbers on Carmelo Anthony, look at the regular season. He struggled as they lost 3 of 4, but he has been superb, especially with those 16 points in the 1st quarter. That's when Denver gave themselves a 13-point lead. Right now they're up 6, just past the midway point. Fisher back in for L.A. Bryant falling away, tough shot, and gets it to go. That hit the front of the rim and went forward. 32 for Kobe.
The same old story. It comes down to getting stops in the 4th quarter. Which team does it?
Carter looking. Billups gets it inside. Anthony blocked by Odom. Fisher with the save. Odom with his 2nd block shot.
But Carmelo Anthony's got to run back.
Odom has it knocked away. Good defense from Kenyon Martin. Martin has played a good, solid game. And a foul. It's going to be against Kobe Bryant on his post defense. That's 3 on Bryant, and the Lakers in the penalty. And although the Nuggets were terrible from the line in the first half. They've hit 9 of 10 in the second half.
But just what we talked about, you don't have to run offense. That's just Carmelo Anthony getting to the sweet spot and forcing fouls. You got to have great players down the stretch that find a way to make life so much easier offensively.
You forget Anthony's 6'8". And runs, as we said earlier, can from the outside, can post up.
That's a strong body. In the post, he's a handful. Kobe Bryant is as strong as any perimeter player, and he still is at a disadvantage strength-wise against Anthony in the post.
They're checking to see whether or not that was the 15th foul. George Karl saying absolutely 5. And now Joe DeRosa chatting with Scott Foster. When that foul was committed, it had up on the scoreboard that it was the 4th, so it should have been number 5.
And one thing you have to do defending a great scorer, you have to stay sharp. You can't fall asleep. The ball goes away. You have to keep in contact with the body. At times, Kobe Bryant has a way of falling asleep. That time, Melo diving to the cup.
Now 21 of 32 from the line. Again, better in the second half, but every free throw so critical down the stretch. Crowd trying to rattle him behind. 94-89, 5-point lead with just over 5 to play.
And at some point, you're going to have to get the ball out of Kobe Bryant's hands and make Lamar Odom and Trevor Ariza shoot the ball and make shots from 3.
Gasol. Shot clock at 7. Odom wants to take Martin. Odom on the drive, stops, falling away. Bank shot won't go. Gasol step misses, and Anderson the rebound. Again, good defense from Kenyon Martin, making it a difficult shot for Odom. Phillips steps back for 3. In and out. Gasol goes high for the rebound. His 12th. Under 4.5 remaining. Gasol to Ariza. Ariza for 3. Bang! 2-point game.
And if I think you're the Lakers, you don't allow Carmelo Anthony to play one-on-one. You got to double team and force the ball out of his hands, and the same thing with Phillips in pick-and-roll situations.
Chance of defense as Phillips looks to get free. Phillips to Martin. Martin's jump shot. Short. Ariza the rebound. Lakers down by as many as 13 in the first half. By as many as 7 here in the 4th. Bryant stripped of the ball once again, and Anderson comes up with it. His help defense, as usual, very strong. Anthony Carter left wide open. Rebound, Anthony in the putback. And the Lakers want timeout. Carmelo Anthony, huge offensive rebound. He has 39, and Denver goes up 4.
Carmelo Anthony making plays. The ball doesn't come to him initially. Well, go get it. Mama, there goes that man on the offensive board. Time and time again, punishing the smaller Laker defenders.
He has been sensational in these playoffs. That continues tonight. Beautiful night in Los Angeles. Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals from Staples Center. Lakers down by 4. 2 great offensive players, Kobe Bryant, Carmelo Anthony, battling defensively.
Well, you never thought that Kobe Bryant didn't have the will. You didn't know about Carmelo Anthony. Does he have the will at the highest level to compete and go for it? You're seeing here tonight the will of a championship caliber player. He's going at Kobe Bryant. He's going at the Lakers. He's not shying away from the contact. This is big-time competitive spirit by the 2 best players on their respective teams. If you're going to be the best player on the championship team, you better have a certain will to compete and to win.
Our GMC game track. Largest lead in the second half has only been 7. That was earlier in the 4th. Anthony and Bryant, big numbers. Lakers, those second chance points because of 16 offensive rebounds. Fisher brings it up. J.R. Smith is back in the game for Denver. Bryant jump shot, puts it in. 34.
You know what I was talking about, Will? It also helps to have some skill. So he comes off, Bryant does, pulls off as Nene contests high and just sticks it right in the heart of the bucket.
He's got 12 in the fourth, under 3 to play. Phillips on the drive, trying to draw contact. Nene inside, blocked by Gasol. 9th block of the game for the Lakers. Bryant tied up, good defense from Martin. Ariza hesitated on the 3. Shot clock at 8. Bryant on the drive. Corner, Fisher, three-pointer. It's good! Lakers take the lead.
And that's an outstanding read by Bryant. Good job of taking the double team and making the play for Fisher.
Fisher's hit a couple of big threes. Their first lead of the fourth quarter after trailing by 7. Anthony inside, tough shot, offensive foul. Pau Gasol, 2 straight strong defensive plays.
Coach, we talked about it. Double teaming Carmelo Anthony. Pau Gasol just there, willing to take the hit, make life tough. And then on the other end, who's going to make a play? Kobe Bryant says, everybody get out of my way. It's time to dance. Draws the defense. Derek Fisher steps into a wide open three-pointer.
Anthony's 4th foul is their first fourth quarter turnover. Odom looking inside to Gasol. Martin. And there's a foul on Martin. A clear foul as Gasol will go to the free throw line. 15th foul. And for Kenyon Martin, just his 2nd. Pau Gasol, 1 for 1 from the line here tonight. Only 68% so far in the postseason. During the regular season, an excellent free throw shooter, but this is that one. 1:53 remaining. Lakers were down 13 in the first half. Down 7 here in the fourth quarter with under 7 minutes remaining. Misses both and they made the rebound. Ariza on Phillips. Bryant on Anthony. There's the help from Gasol. Phillips steps back to 3. That's good. Chauncey Billups nails the 3.
That is a tough shot by Chauncey Billups.
Nuggets back up by 2 and a smile from Billups as he went down the floor. Odom up top to Fisher. Great ball denial from Anthony as Kobe Bryant can't get it. Fisher has to jack up the 3, trying to get a foul. Gasol, the rebound, blocked from behind, but a foul. Nuggets played some terrific defense, but Gasol got the offensive board. Pau Gasol making big plays here. Martin felt that was a clean block as he was not charged with a foul. It was Nene, so Nene is fouled out.
Well, the final step of defense is to finish it off with a defensive rebound. I don't know about that foul, but clearly Nene had him wrapped up earlier in the possession, which would have resulted in the same thing.
The 17th offensive rebound for the Lakers. You talked about that before, and that could be a problem for Denver. And now Gasol to the free throw line. He just missed 2.
You know what the Nuggets are doing? They're saying somebody else have to beat us. Carmelo Anthony, good job. Your job is to keep the ball out of the hands of Kobe Bryant. You have no help responsibility. Stick to him. Outstanding job of following the game plan by Melo.
Tie game. Gasol comes right back after missing 2 to knock them down. Coming up on a minute remaining. Either team with a foul to give, both with multiple timeouts remaining. Anderson drives down the lane, running shot way off the mark. Rebound tipped, knocked on the floor. Anderson dives, and they'll call a jump ball. Good hustle from both teams. Now there's 7 on the shot clock. Should Denver retain possession?
But that was a great rotation by Lamar Odom on the pick and roll. As Anderson rolled, Odom was there early, prevented a good shot attempt, and then a good hustle play by both teams, getting on the floor.
Odom and Anderson, no clear advantage. Again, if Denver retains, they'll only have 7 to shoot. Lakers would get a new 24. Odom wins the tip. Huge jump ball.
And that tip was stolen by both players. It didn't get up to its apex.
Anthony trying to fight over a screen. Shot clock down to 8. Bryant, the drive, the pull-up. Won't go. Phillips tips it. Knocked it out of bounds. And it's Laker ball. 11.5 seconds difference between shot clock and game clock. And we'll have a timeout. With 35.5 remaining. Lakers coming back from 7 down here in the fourth quarter. We'll have the ball when we come back.
I am awfully impressed with Carmelo Anthony on the defensive end. Forget about offense. Guard the best guy on the floor. Do your job. Forces Kobe Bryant into a tough one. You live with the results when you execute the game plan. The Bulls. Watch how they're playing me. You're going to be open. I'm going to give you the ball. This is an ideal time for Kobe Bryant to make that same type of move because they are loading to him and forcing him into tough shots. Trust your teammates and allow them to step in rhythm for quality shots.
See, I'm coming off Luke Walton. He's just coming into the game on offense. If I'm going to double, I'm doubling off of Luke Walton right now.
Bryant picked up by Martin, trying to draw a foul, and he gets it. Again, they're in the penalty, so Kobe Bryant will shoot 2 with 30.5 seconds remaining.
To me, that's a really bad foul in that situation. You don't have to go for the strip. Just try to contain him and make him take a tough shot. To put him at the free throw line is almost gifting them points instead of making them earn it.
Bryant here in chance of MVP, which he won last season. LeBron James this season. He's 6 of 7 from the line. Lakers back up by 1. Again, the Lakers do not have a foul to give. Nuggets still have 2 timeouts remaining. Most of the crowd on its feet. 2 clutch free throws. George Karl calls time. Lakers trying to come from behind to win game 1. Nuggets ball when we return. Tip-off shortly after 8:30 Eastern from Cleveland. The Cavaliers and the Orlando Magic, which should be a fantastic series as well. This one off to a good start. Right now, Denver down by 2. What do you look for, Jeff?
Was very interesting. Denver kept Anthony Carter in and took out Chris Anderson. So Lamar Odom has got to be giving support. LA cannot allow for the three-point shot. They've got to make him take it at the basket.
Bryant on Anthony. They've guarded each other much of this fourth quarter. Trevor Ariza with the steal. Ariza tiptoes and will bring it back out.
And you don't need to foul. There's a 4.5-second differential.
Fisher looking. Bryant looks up. But at least get up on him, try and go for a steal, and force a turnover. Bryant on the drive to the basket, hammered. And Kobe Bryant will shoot 2. Lakers up 2 with 10 seconds remaining. Trevor Ariza, a huge defensive play.
Well, the smaller Anthony Carter had trouble passing the ball in over the long Lamar Odom, which allowed Ariza to shoot the gap for the steal because Carter had to lob the inbounds pass. Sometimes the simplest things, which is inbounding the ball safely, is why some teams take the ball out in the backcourt so it's not as difficult to get the ball in.
clutch free throws here in the fourth quarter for Kobe Bryant. He's got 15 total points in the period, 37 for the game, and it's a 3-point lead.
I love that decision, that last play. He sees the finish line. No time for jump shots. I'm going to put my head down and make a play. Worst case scenario, I'm going to the line.
And that's where, if you're Denver, you have to make them be a passer in that situation.
Huge shot right there, 4-point game. And George Karl will call his final timeout. Trevor Ariza, who last year missed most of the playoffs with a broken foot, he has made his presence felt for the Lakers in this postseason.
Old commercial says little things mean a lot. Well, on the defensive end, you have to pursue the basketball. Trevor Ariza with the game-saving play. That was about closing out ball games. That's a bad foul. You have Bryant under control. You commit the foul, and then they've taken care of the ball the entire fourth quarter. Crucial turnover, trying to get the ball inbounds. Good job by Trevor Ariza getting after the pass.
Ariza with 3 steals in the game. As we said, 9th in the NBA during the regular season. All right, does Denver go for just a quick strike here, or do you look for a 3 here?
I'm going to look for the quickest, best shot, but I would rather it be a 3 down 4.
Phillips gets back, goes behind the arc, steps back, puts up a 3. It's good. Chauncey Billups makes it a 1-point game. And on the inbound, Kobe Bryant wisely goes right to the ball and gets fouled.
And again, if you're Denver, after you make this 3-point shot, you want the ball going to anybody but Bryant. This is just a difficult shot. He stepped out of bounds on the 3. It goes in, and now Denver has no timeouts. Phil Jackson does not believe if they go up 3 in fouling to prevent the 3, but I think this is an ideal situation to do that in.
It's the perfect spot for it. The first Bryant has to hit the free throws. He's 7 for 7 here in the fourth quarter from the line. Once again, let's take a look at that play. His right toe, or left toe that is, he's on the line.
That's a tough shot, but you touched on it. There's no question if I'm coaching the Lakers, the right play is to commit the foul. Do not allow the Nuggets to step in rhythm for a 3-pointer. You're up 3 if this foul shot goes down, commit the foul and stretch the game.
And Phil Jackson brought his guards over, so he may be altering what he normally does.
Martin inbounds to Smith. Smith brings it up, and there's the foul. Smart play. Smith will shoot 2 free throws with 3.2 remaining. And again, what makes it so smart is that Denver is out of timeouts.
Well, even with timeouts, that is intelligent basketball. Phil Jackson has not done that in the past. I think a great adjustment by Phil Jackson.
All right, Mark, does he try and make the first and miss the second because you're out of timeouts with only 3.2 remaining?
Well, that's something that obviously George Karl putting Chris Anderson in the ball game. He has Melo, who wants to say that if you're J.R. Smith, the main thing is knocking down this first.
Now the key here is the players along the lane have to wait until Smith releases the ball.
But Anderson's not around the basket. He's going to try to get a running start from the perimeter. To me, you definitely have to miss this.
And I think if you're Derek Fisher, you want to stay at home on Chauncey Billups.
You see Ariza trying to box it out. Misses the second. Rebound, Kobe Bryant. And the Lakers will win game 1. And J.R. Smith is down and hurt for the Denver Nuggets. He hit it perfectly off the rim and then tried to go in and get the rebound, but Bryant coming up with the basketball. George Karl obviously disappointed. Looked like he grabbed his right knee, but let's wait and see. And Kobe Bryant, clutch free throws. Carmelo Anthony just a little bit better as the Lakers took game 1 and set to come right back. Lakers very strong at home during the course of the regular season. 30